It's good to comb your hair every day instead of just running your fingers through it. That's what I was doing.
That's not the middle of the night.
Like, yeah, it is, bro. So if that's not the middle of the night, what is 1 a.m.? It's like right before the morning time, right? So if I'm waking up at 2 a.m. usually, that's when I want to wake up at 2, 3, 4, at any time between 12 and 10 is the middle of the night to me. It's relative, you know? You need 12 hours of fucking sleep every day. You need 12 hours of sleep, and I don't. I get a fraction of that. I get a third of that. I get 4 hours of sleep, 5 hours of sleep. Like, when can I start complaining about my teeth? You know, I've always been complaining about it. Like, oh, my teeth hurt, bro. Something in the food. You didn't have these problems when you were a kid. You didn't need to go get braces and fillings and. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Very bad. Very bad. Bro, there's always conspiracy theories that make people want to fucking argue, but there's always true statements also. It span the test of generations and time. That's why they're that way, bro. Look at the toys they were playing with. Man, we were fine. We were fine. Yeah, but these kids are not. You complain about how dumb they are, right? These kids are not like when you were kids. They're mad sensitive, and a lot of them are soft. That's why those bully type people are gonna have a hard time. You know, they're gonna have a hard time. Before you know it, the months go by. It's like you get these types of things because it says good until March, and then it's all of a sudden it's March 2 weeks later, and I gotta eat all of them. Fuck my diet. I gotta go on this fake corn syrup salad diet. You know, they don't even tell you what the ingredients are in this. The regular ones they say it right on there. Corn syrup salads, mechanically separated chicken and pork. I try not to take everything personally, but when I'm saying it, you know, like if you ignore me intentionally, how am I not supposed to take that personally? Or if I'm responding to you and you don't say anything to me, it makes me think that you think I'm stupid or something like that. Or you just don't know what to say. Hey, it's better than me thinking you're stupid for not answering. Because I've done that plenty of times. I just don't answer the question because I don't have an answer to it. So when you're trying to give me this spiel, this shtick about trust, love, and all this stuff, it's like, what are you doing to gain my trust? You know, it turns into something else. What I'm saying goes away. You know, you want to just change the subject. You focus in on something, right? That's not what I'm talking about. It's like, no, you told me something, and then now it's different. Like you change your story from one year to the next. That's why I don't trust you. You change up your story, man. Like, why are you texting me in the middle of the fucking night? Why are you sending me food reels in the middle of the fucking night, bro? Like, you're trying to get me obese and fat. Like, that's what you want me to do. You want me to have a heart attack, feed me poison food. Like, okay, it's organic, but you're frying it up in what kind of oil? Oh, it's organic canola oil. I got it. I use that too sometimes, but not to deep fry things. Just as a little bit of lubrication on the pan. You know, like a little bit. If I'm gonna deep fry something, I'd rather use avocado oil or bacon fat, bro. Seriously. Even though it's an abomination. Better than using seed oils to clog up my fucking testosterone. You make it about everything. You make it about the fat content, the breadcrumbs, the type of meat it is. And bro, I've had fried tofu. I've eaten fried fish, just flour, fried up in bacon fat. I'm like, are you mad, bro? Seems like you get mad very easily. Seems like a lot of those people get mad very easily. Which is why I don't trust them. You can't even say anything to them. You can't make a mistake in front of them. You can't do anything wrong in front of one of those people. This is true. They'll be questioning you, you know? They'll be like, but why didn't you do this? It's like, well, I want to save it for this moment. Because if I would have done it then, I wouldn't have it right now, right? When I want it again. You know, I try to conserve things. I try to save things. You understand what that means? To save and conserve and to be well. All this shit falls out the front. You couldn't tell? No, I guess you just think I'm trying to be a skell. You're trying to jip me out of the little granules. You know, like, that's how people are. It's like, bro, take it. Take it. Take it. I don't want it. You think I want something from you, but I don't all the time. If I have it to share with you, what's the fucking difference? What's the big deal if I don't want nothing from it? How did I get it? Who paid for it? Like, do you want to smoke it or not? Do you want to eat it or not, bro? Well, that's our government, in my opinion. They're doing that shit to people. Making you dependent and making you feel like you're entitled to depend on some shit that's not really helping you out. And then it makes you want to go so far away from it. Like, bro, I've been doing that the whole time. While having on the books jobs. It's like I want to gain passive income, have my own job. I don't want to scam the government out of taxation. It's like, no, I want to provide a good service or a good product where I keep raking in money because it's a good product. It's a good service. It's useful. It's a bargain compared to the other person throwing away your garbage, right? Who's eating the cost is what I want to know. If you're $10 cheaper than your competition, who's eating the cost? The workers, bro? Like, that's kind of grimy. Somebody got to eat the cost. I think it should be you, the company owner. You know, you're the one that cries about taking all the risks, having to pay for insurance and all this shit. You weren't paying my insurance. I could have died on the back of the garbage truck. Nobody would. He could have just been like, I don't know who that is. Technically, he could have been like, no, I fired him because it was on the books. I did get a W-2. I just didn't get anything out of it for some reason. I didn't get any fucking money out of it, bro. I was a little pissed. I was a little upset. You know, smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, even with a little bit of sugar in it, it hurts my teeth. When do I get to have a job that fixes that? So I have to sit there in pain at a job and then go through probationary periods Like, what about the probationary period? Why I'm acting a little bit erratic is because I have pain in my teeth since I'm a teenager. And these motherfuckers are like surgery addicts. They try to get you involved in surgeries you probably don't need. Hey, I'm not saying sugar is good for your teeth. I'm not acting like I never ate sugar as a teen or a kid, bro. I'm saying this is unnecessary what they're doing. It doesn't need to be that sweet. You don't need to have that many fillings. Just tell him to brush his teeth and change the diet, and it'll go away. The pain will go away. Drink raw milk, eat raw dairy, have calcium, have fish. Fix up your diet, and it'll grow back. The enamel, the hair, the nails, they'll grow back, right? Unless you're getting too old. That's the only way I could see a dietary change won't help you, is if you're real fucking old and then you didn't do anything for your health the whole time you've been here. Even then, a dietary change will probably do you some good, right? No, you want to act healthy. It's like, bro, that's not even healthy. I'm healthier eating chili cheese dogs than you are eating fake fucking tilapia. You know what I mean? Bullshit off-season veggies and fruits. You know, you without the supermarket, you wouldn't have all these veggies all year round. Just to let you know. You know, you're crying about the system, right? But you don't grow anything on your own. That's kind of crazy. Like, you've never done that. You still don't seek Christ. So you're a truther who doesn't grow their own food, doesn't believe in Jesus, trust the government, trust the TV, right? But you trust it because what? Because Trump told you you're a truther? Because he flirted with the truther narrative about releasing the 9/11 files and the JFK files and all that type of stuff, right? I mean, that's how you got people like me. Plus, I didn't like Hillary Clinton. That's why I'm saying, like, you kind of ruined the right wing, bro. You got all these lefties to jump on the right wing and just play team games all day. That's why I appreciate when a girl that instead of just saying I shouldn't have an opinion, you know, they have a more well thought out answer than, but you're a woman. But you're not a woman. You shouldn't have an opinion on that. It's like, bro, you ladies have opinions on what men do with their bodies all the time, right? Hey, I don't want you touching my peachy before I'm 9 years old to snip it. How about that one? Hey, I don't want you signing me up for wars when I'm 18 years old, even though you're like a 40-something-year-old whore petting cats in your apartment. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here. Bro, I've been saying that since I'm in high school. Like, oh, freedom, equality. Like, you don't sign a draft card to go vote. At least you know a little bit about politics, though. You know? These people fall for it every time, the political grift. And I'm like, well, I didn't fall for it. That's who was there to pick from. Who do you want me to pick from, bro? Who else was there to pick from out of that election in 2016? Who else could I have picked? Hillary Clinton? Like, no thanks, bro. I'm good on that shit. I was good on that shit back then. It's like, oh yeah, you fell for it again because the only reason I voted for the dude back then is because he's not a politician in that election. He was never a politician before, right? But then he gets worked, bro. He put the lockdowns in effect. He created the warp speed vaccine. Like, why would I go voting for that guy again? Doesn't matter if it's right or left. You've been calling me a lefty the whole time because I don't believe the narrative about 9/11. You know, and all the lefties think I'm on their team because I say that stuff. Like, yeah, jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. You're right. So it had to be an explosion. I think about it all the time, bro. I'll never forget that day. It definitely traumatized me. You know, I was 13 years old when that happened. How old were you? 3? 5 years? You know, you weren't even born yet. That's why you got all these narratives in your head. It don't matter. It doesn't matter how anybody feels. You weren't there, right? You can make fun of it all you want. I don't mind. I'm not offended. It's not like I'm from Sandy Hook getting offended by it. I'm sure there were children who died on that day in that building. I'm sure there were. Plenty of people take their kids to work, bro. I've been there. I remember the ferry used to take the cars across the way, across the river, so you could drive in the city. People always say that shit to me. It's like, yeah, I do save it if I don't smoke it, right? I do save it if I don't do it. That's the only way I was saving money, is by not spending it. That's, what do you think I'm trying to do? Why do you think I wasn't trying to be a grindball to you? But I was like, I don't have money to spend, bro. I have to get through the week. I don't have my dad paying my phone bill, right? Hello, like that's what I used to say all the time. You act like I'm complaining about the job. It's like, nah, bro, you got a fun time here because you got all this fucking help. You got people willing to vouch for you to go kill a baby. You know what I'm saying? You got people willing to forgive you for murdering babies. But if I go suggesting that when I impregnated a woman because I can't afford it, if I say, why don't you get an abortion because I can't afford to have a kid, I'm not ready to be a father. Now I'm the monster. But when it's a woman deciding to prosper and be, well, I'm not ready to have a child. I'm too young to be a mother. I can't afford it. They applaud her. They applaud it because it's not, I guess it has nothing to do with my body, right? So if a kid came out of a woman's body looking like my predecessor, it has my traits. You could tell it's my kid, right? So why would you say it's not my body inside of her body? That's how it got created in the first place. My body had to go inside of her body to create another body, you know? That's why you shouldn't be fornicating, you shouldn't be lustful, all this stuff. You shouldn't be doing it. And you shouldn't be judging me because I really wasn't out there doing that to girls. Especially when they were teenage girls, right? I wasn't really out here flirting with them the way they tried to. Bro, back then, they were getting with me. I was letting them approach me. That's why those types of girls were for me. They got sexuality, bro. What do you want me to say? They're the ones developing before men. Put an 18-year-old girl next to an 18-year-old boy. And tell me who looks older, who looks more developed, who looks more like they've hit puberty, for lack of a better term. Because I had a goatee. It was just my chin. But I could not grow a full beard like this when I was 18. So wait, it's almost like my prime comes later than your prime. Because of all these guys that you want to get with, you fall for them because they got money to pay for your dinner. They look hot to you or whatever it is. They're attractive to you. You like their attitude about life. They're willing to offer you all this shit when you're mad young, basically. Before you're even old enough to drink, right? I guess it depends on how pretty you are, if you're willing to put out, you know. It's not about your education. That's the thing about the women doing that. It's to be independent from men. But then they get lonely all of a sudden. You gotta pick, lady. You gotta pick. Like, why wouldn't I go younger than you then? If this is what you get to this age and want to start doing that, I appreciate you. You should have been doing that when you were 15. Like when I was saying, well, if I want to do this with my life, even a little bit, even as just a pastime or a hobby, you know, rapping, making music, I can't afford to have a family, bro. The time it must take for me to spend with family, like I wouldn't want to be just neglecting my family to go be a fucking rapper. You know what I'm saying? So how do you think I feel about trannies that do that? These guys that have families and all of a sudden they're just a girl in their mind. They just flip-flop to the other team. You don't think that's irresponsible? You don't think that's worthy of a stoning in some type of degree? Chastising. You don't think it's even worthy of chastising a little bit? Like, bro, you got little kids. What are you doing? You going after weirdos at the bar? Like, bro, you got little kids, bro. What's wrong with you? Well, it's because they don't let us be free, and you know we gotta be deviant because we get condemned. It's like, bro, but you're condemning them. How do you think those kids will feel if they knew you're doing some weird shit? Like, bro, leave that to somebody else, is what I would say. You got all these. Why you gotta play around with girls if you're gay? Is what I don't understand. Well, I'm. They would say I'm bisexual, right? But you're fucking around with you. How many dudes has that guy slept with, and then how many dudes has this girl slept with? Now they're both sleeping with you, and then you got a big body count, even if they're the only two people you ever slept with. You understand what I was always knowing? That's why I got mad about it back in the day. Like, you're playing around with my health. You're playing around with my sexual aura. It doesn't matter if I'm good at it or if I'm attractive. Like, you're fucking with my soul. And God saw that. So anything I did to you that might have deserved negativity probably got wiped away clean, because karma comes around. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. And I still never did anything to you like that. I didn't do anything to you, really. That's why God was giving all these people evil, bro, until somebody comes that actually loves them. It's not God's fault if you don't like who actually loves you. That's your fault. See, I don't think anybody actually loves me except for God. Not even my family. They say they love me. They act like they understand sometimes, but I can never go to them on anything. None of my family would ever understand. Anything I say is met with conflict. You know, it's like you're just a contrarian to something I'm saying for the sake of going against me. You'll just never agree with me because you don't like me for some reason. I know. She seems to like me. We barely agree. They seem to like me. You just like to be a ball buster. You like to cause friction and anxiety. And you want me to be the black sheep of society. Because that's how you felt. And then you had to go along with what they told you. And then now you act like you're so great because you're an essential parasite. And you don't even want to go to fucking work. Like, you're a piece of shite. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get some shit ignited on you one day. Because you're so afraid of them. You're so afraid of them, right? Well, maybe you should learn how to use them. Why do those types of girls even like me at all, is what I want to know. Like, because they try to control you in some type of way. It's like, bro, I'm soft enough to let you have control over me, but you're not going to tell me I can't own guns and that I'm not allowed to think the girl's pretty. Even if I'm not even trying to get with them. I can't say the girl's pretty. Everything is so sexual, immoral, and perverse to you, I know. Because you're up all night thinking that way. If I have those types of thoughts, even if I watch a dirty movie, I feel bad. I don't like looking at girls in a lustful way. I think they deserve to be protected. I think daughters need to be raised to want to be mothers so that they can raise the next generation of people, of sisters and brothers. Call me evil for it, bro. Call me an extremist. Go ahead. I've been saying that since I'm in my teens, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You're the ones calling them just a mother. That's the most important job, as long as she's doing what she got to do. Back in the day, they had to go to fucking work planting food. Even if they don't have an employer with an attitude, looking at them up and down, checking them out. You got this weird-ass culture because of shit like that, in my opinion. It's overly sexualized, and they get to blame the men for it because they're fetishizing this shit. Then you go along with it, acting like, well, he wanted it, and I wanted to get ahead. But then you regret it, and you know it doesn't matter if that's good or bad. It's bad for you, so it's bad. It doesn't matter if he's going to get paid back. If God saw what he did, it doesn't matter. You get what you give in this world. You give what you get, right? And that's why I didn't regret shit. I'm like, well, I could have tried harder if I wanted to be a famous rapper. I could have worked out longer. Bro, I was trying to take care of my teeth and my appearance a little bit. It's not my fault. I like to indulge in a little bit of pizza slices at work. Like, bro, I'd be landscaping all day, thinking it's okay to eat carbohydrates and fat together. Like, wow, big deal. Put some buffalo chicken on it, bro. Wow. So horrible for my health. Not hanging out with skells wanting to do drugs, right? It's the carbohydrates and the GMO. That's what's killing me, not the fucking drug usage. Not the getting drunk at the bar, alright? I had this revelation when I was in my 20s, bro. That's why I said, this is getting old. Like, I don't even like going out, bro. That's why when I came back to Staten Island to rap, I was like, I don't even want to come here. Got me chilling in the bar. You know what I'm saying? Tempted by Satan everywhere I go. Nobody's gonna want to come out on a Wednesday, bro. I'm 30 years old, is what I say, right? That's why I used to say, just let me make music. It ain't a big deal. I like to just make music. It's not a big deal if I don't get noticed or nothing. I just like to express myself. Thank you. And I like to perform it too. It's just I don't expect any applause. I don't expect you to like it or anyone to like it. You know why? Because I write things that I want to say that I like. And not everything is for everybody. Some things I like, you don't like, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with either one. There's nothing illegal about it. You're allowed to have your opinion on that, but you shouldn't be accusing people of crimes when there's no crime being committed. You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be acting all offended because a camera's rolling on the public sidewalk. Like, bro, they got camera here, here, here. So my camera pointed at myself is offending you because you don't know where I'm going to put it. But do you know everybody that works for the city that has eyes on that footage? They could put it on a phone and put whatever, you know what I'm saying? They could record it from the camera they're watching the screen on. They could record it, right? People are trying to be discreet. Like, why are you trying to be so discreet? What are you, a criminal? Like, what are you, a crook? You need, like, you want to gossip all the time, but then never have anybody know it was you. Like, oh, well, you didn't hear it from me. I'll be the one telling you, no, I said that shit. I told her. Because you don't want, you know, this is fucked up to me that you put a demon on me. I hope she didn't go telling anybody. You know what I mean? All those people that are okay with it, they should have been riding the fucking train with you, not me. All I needed to do was check to see if I'm sick. You got it? It's still the same sin, though, right? It's fornication is fornication. There's many different results that can occur from fornication. Like, I was very on that. I was like, well, even if it is fornication, I should go get checked out. Because I don't like to, I want to bear fruit. You know what I mean? I don't want to sit there with rubber around it constantly. That's the thing. You got to trust who you're getting with. You got to know your boundaries. That's why I used to get pissed off when it's like, oh, you found me. We're so awesome. And then they're going to sleep with other people while you're raw dogging me. Why do you think I stopped fornicating, bro? I don't want to have paranoid delusions. I don't want to have accusations thrown at me when it's like, you're the one cheating, bitch. You acting like I'm trying to have all this extracurricular activity. If you knew anything about me at all, then you'd know I don't want to have all these sexual partners. That's why body count should matter to you a little bit. Because anybody you slept with also comes onto my body count. All those guys you like sucking their dicks and fucking, if you want to come sleep with me, now all those guys are on my body count too. You get it? Oh, you shouldn't have an opinion on that stuff. Well, you needed my semen juice to create the little fetus inside of you that you could go murder. You know, you needed God's spark of divinity to even call it a human in the first place. Now, didn't you?